Everything I know about muscular dystrophy has become everything I know. Everything I know is about muscular dystrophy. The disease is either metaphor or metonym for every aspect and element of my life as I conceive it. Without muscular dystrophy, my conception of life would not be nearly as strong. I would have no leverage, no angle, no point of view. For the clarity the disease has brought me, I embrace it. I strive to make sense of the enormous complexity of my situation. What is this strange disorder, this crookedness of the spine, this weakness of the limbs? What does it mean to walk badly? What does it mean for others to walk well? Where does it come from, and where is it leading me? Who am I, and why do I suffer? I see the world through a dystrophic lens. All people, places, things, and events are defined by their non-dystrophic otherness. To whatever degree someone feels alienated, isolated, and alone, those dynamics, which are the very essence of their humanity, I am almost sure to understand them better than they do. I often see other people as sick as I am, just sick in a different way, and the unsick as less rich in potential, with fewer depths in which they might get lost. For the complexity of my sickness reveals to me the complexity of my being and the complexity of what it means to be in the world. Muscular dystrophy connects me to the most hidden aspects of my being. Muscular dystrophy relates me to the outer edges of the cosmos. The surreal distortion of my body seems to me a reflection of the power of my imagination, a power to be harnessed for almost illimitable good if used in the right way. For all of us, for everyone, life is about dis-ease. Suffering is the central, most fundamental characteristic of life. Everyone and everything around us, ourselves included, is dying or in decay. How can you live with this perception and not be in pain? There is a way, perhaps, a path of transcendent knowledge, but most people are not on that path. They are either deluded by the brute strength of their being, or distracted by a hyperactive agenda, or have a vague materialist fantasy of absolution. For those of us with a clinical diagnosis, the usual solaces life offers tend not to be available. One is excluded from the herd joy of sports, the electric charge of flirting and sexual love, the security and prestige of a career, or even the anti-hero romance of total independence that accompanies the survivor mentality. And one is reminded at every juncture, with every new environment entered or person encountered, that this is the case. You are neither here nor there. You cannot take a stand. Your life has been suspended. Perhaps one day you will be cured. That, of course, is a potent fantasy. It is also a realizable goal. But the disease is there as a learning process. It is your guide to wisdom and higher knowledge, to artistic and personal growth. And its fundamental lesson is this: fully accept the process of your being and unbeing, the undoing of your being, no matter where it takes you. Easy enough to say, very hard to do. But if prosperity one day comes, it will just as surely go. Emotional stability and spiritual harmony need to be predicated upon a deeper source of understanding. Then there is this ironic rejoinder. While I know that I suffer, I also know that part of me likes to suffer. I know that I came to believe, somewhere along the line, a classically, though not exclusively Jewish line, that suffering makes me smarter, makes me special, extracts me from the bourgeois masses, validates me as an artist, that in suffering lies my chance for greatness. I wonder, therefore, to what degree I have wished muscular dystrophy upon myself. In some phasing of pre-incarnation, or subtly encoded aspect of maturative development, or combination of both perhaps, that warp in which existence is conjoined with essence. Did I sign up, volunteer for this misaction, this particular climb up the Sisyphusian highway? If you want to play the blues, you have to pay your dues, George Harrison sang. I think of the suffering of Keats, of Nietzsche, of Jesus. These great sufferers are my heroes. Who cares if it doesn't come easy, as long as it comes? That adolescent voice still shouts in my head. I want to be like them, a member of that special club, the inner circle of unforgettable human beings, almost pure spirit entities, invested with an unquestionable moral, artistic, and religious authority, too vital to everyone's sense of reality to be disdained, trivialized, or reduced. Beyond the social ken of film producer, rich man, literary critic, Ivy athlete, debutante, supermodel, or ice princess. Is this part of the psychology underlying my physical syndrome? My many friendships over the years and the goodwill I have engendered would seem to belie this. But disease is also about inherited attitudes that have been drilled deep into the subconscious. For there can be a narcissistic element to disease, and people are right to be turned off by it, especially by self-righteous demands for special attention. Thus, there is a vicious circle to self-understanding. Are you proud of your humiliation? Then you need to seek even further humility, to neutralize even this last-ditch construction of pride. Yes, the machinations of the ego know no bounds, and our troubles can only reside in those areas where we have allowed the ego to stake its claims. Yet the ego is also the glue that holds us together. It is my belief that how we conceive and manage identity is at the very heart of our health and well-being, and more than that, determines not just destiny per se, but our relationship to destiny, our attitude to fate, which is even more important. A wave is now beneath you. We call it a life. Its form and shape unknown and unknowable, but it is your wave. Catch it, ride it gloriously to the shore.